Well, holy hell, we're working again.
Finally.
Uh-huh.
Finally got it going.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You look kind of beautiful.
What's going on?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Editing these pictures.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I got to have them done in the morning.
So, pictures for what, man?
Well, I had a photo opportunity today from another photographer that couldn't get to it, and for a basketball game, for some kids' basketball game. And so right now is the first time I've ever done an actual basketball game. So it was a real big learning experience. I mean, it's a major learning experience.
Yeah?
I tell you, like, it was so much of a learning experience. Like, it really made me feel like first time you ever had at first time you ever kissed a girl, kind of like type deal. Like, I was scared, I was nervous, I didn't want to mess up because they paid $100,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't want to mess up. So I put so much pressure on myself that I
Messed up?
well, it's not thing about it. The first part of the pictures, like first half of the picture, they sucked. But after I calmed down and actually started getting work with the camera, I know I need a new camera now because for this type of stuff. But after I started working with the camera more, I was able to get better shots. I mean, some of the shots are pretty good though. So
Well, I mean, that's all that matters, right?
well, like anything else, you're always your own biggest critic. So
Yeah, but anybody that knows you knows that you have a knack for photography. So anybody that knows you also knows that you're your own biggest critic.
yeah, it just sucks that trying to get everybody, try to get all the players in because he kind of like the coach wanted to do like individual posters, kind of like deal for as like gifts to the kids, and just trying to get all the pictures of all the teammates. It was tough, but
Right.
I was able to.
Sounds like you got a gig though.
Yeah, and then they go to work. At that place we call NAL.
I'm not looking forward to going back tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be on a Friday. Be 7 days straight.
Yeah. You gonna work it?
Of course I am. That's more money.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
Well, anybody's gonna make them for me.
I mean, preach, preacher.
So sometimes you gotta sacrifice.
Sometimes you just got to realize the only person going to take care of you is you.
Exactly.
I mean, it's that legit, bro. I mean, and damn, bro, you just broke that down real good. Well played, man. Damn, right off the gate, not even 5 minutes into the show. Look at you with that dime of wisdom.
Well, it's just how it is, though, man. I mean, sometimes you gotta look at things in the bigger picture to understand what's going on, because things happen for a reason, and you just gotta just learn how to just accept it. And
Yeah,
things But also too, think a lot of times stuff is a setup for a comeback. I mean, you don't never know what you don't know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I had plenty of examples that happened that was like kind of crazy. Like this is little things will come back at you, come back to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just you doing the simple thing of being nice, but paying for someone's stuff at the checkout line because the card's not working.
Oh yeah.
You just being nice. Well, that happened to me where my card wasn't working, and this lady paid for my stuff, and
I did that a couple weeks ago too.
So it worked out because I did that too for someone else. Their card wasn't working, so I paid for their stuff. Didn't think much of it because I know how it is.
But you're alluding to something. Sometimes all it takes is a simple gesture, a simple kind gesture. To change the trajectory of somebody's day, man.
So it would change someone's day, and next day it'll give you an opportunity to, speak volume to someone.
Well,
especially the ones around you watching what's going on. You're like, man, that's crazy how that happened. And they're like,
are you referring to the people who are around you the most every day when you say that?
No, not really, because a lot of times people around you are not sensitive to the kindness and the good or things you try to do for people because they're so worried about their own issues. They don't want to learn from the other people on how to be a good person.
I mean, I hear you. It's a good point. But
you get so worked up in your own issues or own drama that you don't see the bigger picture. So,
well, speaking of the bigger picture, I have to throw a little homage to an icon of our childhood for that. Mr. Bob Ross.
little trees,
and happy little accidents. If we could all take that complete and total stoner mentality all the time, and just as Cat Williams says, have a little bit of that fuck it in our system, and just step back and relax, man. Everything will be a hell of a lot better. Unfortunately, not all of us can do those things that they were referring to. But the mentality is correct. If you can stop worrying about things that you can't control and only focus on the things that you can control, you will find peace a hell of a lot quicker in life than you would consistently fighting, as we as humans are, very prone to do.
Exactly. I mean, that's what you got. You got to be able to find that piece of being sensitive. Be sensitive to it to where you can be effective. That takes a lot of learning too. Just learn how to slow down.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question: Who is your greatest adversary in your life?
What do you mean by that?
Who is the person that holds you back the most?
Me?
Yep. See how easy that was?
Exactly. I mean, mainly, that's exactly. I mean, that's
Damn.
a lot of people don't want to realize that your biggest roadblock is you.
But like you just said, man, your biggest roadblock is you. It's the reason why I asked the question. Why is everything so hard? Why do we make everything so bleeping hard? Well,
Because it's easier that way.
yep.
We don't want it's easier us to be negative and think failure than this just to put the work in to win, to be winners.
What necessarily justifies a winner?
Well, you gotta be.
I'm asking you this legitimately. Your personal take. What does it mean to you to win?
I mean, depending on what the situation is, it feels good to win. I mean, that you accomplished something, you know. I mean, especially if it's something that you've been struggling with to win, it does make you feel good. So,
yeah, I agree. I would think, for me, the number one thing would be to set a personal goal and then do everything you can to achieve it.
right.
That would be winning. But I break that down into a really broad category because, for most people, if we would just set that as our standard, just pick one thing every day, but like one thing across different levels of ourself that we know we need to work on and focus on those things. To me, that is winning. It doesn't matter how many times you fall down, as long as you're willing to get back up and keep trying, you're winning.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the rest of the world thinks about you. If you can stand in front of the mirror at the end of every day and look at yourself and say, I like where I am. I like who I am. I like where I'm going. That's a hell of a positive stand to take on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good positive mindset to have moving forward.
But some folks don't see it like that, or they don't want to see it like that.
Well, you're right. You're right. It's really hard sometimes. It's really hard sometimes for people just to be thankful for what they have in the moment, to be grateful for what they have, to see things for what they are, and not always get so downtrodden or defeated. It's a very hard battle. I like the fact that you brought up the topic of winning. Like I really do. Because if you just set small goals for yourself every day, if you can win at those goals every day, it will lead you along the path of being able to set larger goals for yourself and be able to win.
Right. That is true. That is true.
All right. Well, we are going to pause for a moment from a word from our sponsors. We want to thank you all for tuning in to us tonight. We're going to have a quick little short podcast tonight. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
What is up, my brother?
Sí, señor, sí.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Big Boy Live Podcast. Featuring.
Welcome everybody to Big Boy Life Podcast, keeping it realistic, keeping it real, keeping it uncut. Ooh. Keeping it fresh. Like Donald Trump's haircut.
With the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only
Professor X.
Man, those are two good intros, man. We ought to think about keeping those. I mean, I'm just saying that was hella enjoyable. Sorry, I enjoyed that just as much as you just did.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes boys will be. So not to totally change topics on you. I know we do this a lot. But who's your Super Bowl pick, man? Bengals, Rams, bro. Who you got?
The Bengals, cuz. Come on, cuz.
Yeah, you finally got on my bandwagon, huh?
Cuz. The Bengals, cuz. Cuz.
All right, cuz. Tell me, cuz.
The Bengals are the truth, cuz.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say this right now on air. I texted this to you. I texted it to Chef Holloway, and I texted it to Hollywood earlier. I was watching highlights of the season, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm sending this to my three boys, and this is what it is. I'm calling it now. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, barring massive injuries throughout their career, they will be the next Joe Montana and Jerry Rice combination.
Hey, you mean Joe Montana?
Yeah. Yeah. I said Joe Montana. Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot. I just want you to know something.
Can you tell that I'm done editing right now?
Yeah. I kind of got a change in your tone, so I'm actually appreciating this. So all I'm going to say to you right now, since you just brought up that movie, is even though you was quite discourteous to me as of late, I would have to say Captain Insano.
Well, we mean discourteous to you.
He said, "Shoot, Mr. B." Yes, Captain Insano. I noticed that whenever you was wrestling or open up a can of whoop ass that you elegantly put it, you oftentimes sweat an awful lot, and I was just wondering if you was in need of a hydration specialist, if you needed a water boy.
He said professional. He said professional water boy, professional.
Yeah.
And he's like, kid, how old are you? 3?
I'm 31 years old.
You gotta maybe go home and watch that. You gotta maybe go home and watch that joint for real.
That's how you was quite discourteous to me, Captain Insano.
Shoot, I would never discourteous. Yeah.
You know who I'm struggling with lately, my friend?
What's that?
That Vicky Valancourt, that devil.
She the devil.
Everything is the devil to you, mama.
Oh, by Boucher, the rooster's gonna hatch.
Yes, I'll have a scotch and water. Hold the scotch.
Oh my gosh. That was a good show, man. That was funny.
Listen, I got to tell you, man. Hollywood will tell you the same thing. My old man, he absolutely hates Adam Sandler as an actor. Cannot stand him. That is absolutely my dad's worst actor of all time. Cannot stand him. Just hates the man. And dude, I gotta tell you, it's kind of funny how stuff like that works out, because Adam Sandler, for me, actor-wise, movies, that I grew up with, my generation and things of that nature, he's like top 5, dude. And it's not because he was a great actor. It was just movies that kind of helped shape my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler movies, number 1 for me would be Billy Madison. Number 2, Happy Gilmore. Number 3, people didn't like it. I loved it. Mr. Deeds. I thought Mr. Deeds was one of his absolute best movies ever. It was so good. Number 4, Big Daddy. And number 5 for me, Anger Management. I just loved it. I loved it. I loved him and Jack together with Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, as his girlfriend. It was just a great movie.
Well, I mean, I like Adam Sandler. I mean, it's a good show. I like Adam Sandler. I think he's a great actor. I don't care what people say. I think he's a good actor. I mean, Big Daddy, that was an awesome movie. Deeds was good. I think one of the funniest parts of the movies where he's like, you tell me, like hit his foot.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, you animal! What's wrong?" I'm just playing. I don't feel anything. But yeah, it was a good.
That scene at the end of Deeds, where she where the hell was he from? Mandrake Falls, right? God, I don't remember. Anyway, she goes out there, Winona Ryder. She goes out there to go get him, and she falls through the ice while he's making pizza deliveries, and he puts that frostbitten foot through the ice, and he says, "Grab the foot," and she goes, "No!" While she's under the water, she's like, she'd fucking rather drown than touch that foot.
But yeah, man, I tell you, man, it's a good show, man. I think it's funny. I think what his thing is, though, he's a different kind of actor. He's a different kind of actor that a lot of people are not used to, or like, I mean, it's like you have to. He's a different kind of person. You got to take him in a different way. Like, not everybody likes not everybody likes Jim Carrey. You know what I'm saying? Because when he acts, It's just like Adam Sandler, you know, like me Grown Ups. That's a freaking awesome movie.
Oh yeah, both of them, dude. They were great. Absolutely fantastic. But you know, a lot of people like it. You know, it goes back to what you just said about the, you know, the specific type of actor, or you know, the type of acting. Um, you know, he's a comedian. You know, comedic roles are a lot harder than people think they are. You know, you have to find a bunch of stuff that's going to make somebody laugh,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, that's oftentimes, you know, harder than it seems. So yeah, I agree with you. Fantastic, fantastic, dude.
That's the thing about it, though. I mean, people are always going to sit there and try to judge and say, "Oh, that's not that hard." But you don't know that. I mean, you see, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit there and say that uh, that something's not hard when you haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people don't. People are like, and like, since you do it, don't sit there and talk about how something's easy and something's not easy when you ain't done it. I mean, I would never sit there and say that. I would never sit there and say that I could. Oh, I could be a Packer. I can't say that because number one, I can't. I never done that before. I mean,
I love you and hate you at the same time.
or I can't sit there and say that. Oh, I can run a line. I can run a line. It's not a problem. But I'm not. It's going to take me a while to get it, just like anyone else. And I think with our current situations and stuff like that, people don't give people opportunity because not everybody can learn quickly. Not everybody can do stuff as not everybody's you.
Hold on. I gotta pay homage back real quick because you acknowledge me. So I gotta acknowledge you back in return. I don't know that I could be able to put myself on the line by saying, yeah, you know, I don't know if the customer is going to like this, but I'm going to put my initials on it and I'm going to send it anyway. And if a customer complaint does come back, oh, hell, it's my ass because I'm the one who chose to send it. I don't know if I could do that. I think that would be hellacious pressure to try to live under every day. So I got to pay homage back in return, man. I do. I got to, because you've been doing it for a hot fucking minute now.
And it's rough though, man. It's rough.
Know.
Because you got team leaders, you got supervisors, and everything yelling at you or getting mad at you because you're not sending this, you're not sending that. But in the back of your head, you know what's came back. But the thing about it, like anything else, dude, like anything else, it doesn't matter because it's like you don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if something's gonna come back or not because it's like anything else. You know, one day you get by saying the same stuff, 20 different times in a row, or 100 different times in a row, and then next thing you know, all of a sudden they don't like it. The customer is someone brand new sees it. Oh, this don't look right, and next thing you know, it is a challenge. You don't know. That's why every single time you have to really just really just how can I say this? Understand and take a chance at doing sometimes, but also too, you don't want to make careless choices too, and and then be some situation. But it is risky though. It is risky.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize. That that you do every day. It's something that immediately comes back. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sign this and I'm gonna send it. I'm going to put my John Hancock on it in the form of a number. And I'm going to put myself and my reputation and everything else on the line. And I'm going to say, this is good to go. And if, by some chance it does come back, well, then all you have done with that number on that lamp is put that magnifying glass solely on you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand that. And that's really not fair. It's really not fair in the entire situation. Man, it sucks sometimes, man. It really does. Like I would not trade places with you. I wouldn't. Have fun with that, man. But again, so thank you all for listening to us. We are going to pause again for a quick commercial break. I have to use the little boys' room. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
He got to use the girls' room. The little girls' room. That's right, everybody. Thank you for listening into the podcast. This is your boy, Big Boy. This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by Terra Jersey Enterprise. Terra Jersey Enterprise will hook you up with some custom shirts. Also, Terra Jersey Photography, capturing your moments of today to make them last for a lifetime. But like I said, this podcast is brought to you by Terra Jersey Enterprise. On the back of the Malachi.
You beat me to it because I was just getting ready to go. No, Savaya. They said, "Hey me yama, hey me number one, hey me yama." Don't, I'll sing it. I know all the words. You know I do.
That's like it's my hear that song. I'm like crying.
From the day we arrived on the planet, and blinking step into the sun, there's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. It's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky leaves great and small on the endless round. It's the circle alive.
Circle alive.
You started it, and I'm gonna hate you forever. Posted.
Bro, I'm just saying, nothing wrong. No, that's like one of my favorite movies. I tell you, Lion King, like one of my favorite movies.
Disney movies, bro. Top 10. Oh, top 10 animated Disney movies, because Disney has made so many films. Like, you have to break it down by category. It's just that massive. So, like, let's just go top 5. That's a hell of a lot easier. Top 5 Disney films, dude. Animated. What do you like?
Lion King. I love Lion King. Lion King. That wasn't Disney. That's Pixar.
No, you're right. Lion King's Disney.
Right. When I thought, well, that wasn't the right one. That was a Pixar movie.
What was you going to say?
I'm drawing a blank on Disney movie, but
hold on. What Pixar movie was you going to say?
Man, Finding Nemo, bro. Toy
All right.
Story.
I believe that was Disney and Pixar, so that qualifies.
Oh man, Toy Story and Finding Nemo was like one of my favorites, man.
Okay. All right. That's 3. What's your last 2?
Honestly, you might think it's kind of funny. I like the Shrek movies. They were good too.
That's DreamWorks, bro. That's not Disney.
What the God, movie cracked me up. The Princess and the Frog. That
Okay. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Dude, that freaking mosquito, he might be like some kind of it's probably like an old school black dude telling you stories. That's what he looked like to me.
I went down to the corner, down to the country store, cashed it in and gave my money to a man named Curtis Lowe.
Oh man, man, that was a good movie though.
All right, you got one more, man. What you got?
Oh shoot, that's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. I was never really a big fan of I was never a big fan of The Incredibles. I didn't really get into that.
Hey,
Man, Monsters Inc. was good. Monsters Inc. was a good one too. Mike Wazowski.
Good one.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. You didn't sign your paperwork again. This booth is now closed.
Mike Wazowski. Okay. I mean, I hurt myself.
I would have to say for me, my top 5, the ones that I love the most. I will start with 1 because it's a lot easier for me from 1 down. 1 is Mulan. Mulan. Mulan is my favorite Disney animated movie of all time. I love that movie. I love the musical soundtrack. I love everything about that movie. It was fantastic. Number 2 for me is Hercules. Hercules was amazing. It was absolutely spectacular. I found myself for the 4th or 5th time in my lifetime loving another Michael Bolton song, and it was just pretty good. Number 3 for me, I would have to say Aladdin. Aladdin was so great. It was so amazing. Robin Williams as the genie, Gilbert Godfrey as Iago, the parrot. I believe it was Sir Jeremy Irons as Jafar. Just star-studded cast, great movie, and again, another great musical soundtrack.
I do got a question for you.
What's that?
What was God? The dinosaurs, and had a little raccoon looking squirrel thing that always kept on losing his freaking nut.
Oh, you're talking about Ice Age.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's my favorite movie.
That's a good one. Manny, Diego, Sid, the Sloth, and Scrat. Scrat was the name of the dude of the squirrel slash raccoon that kept losing its acorn.
Oh, I tell you another movie, dude. I'm sorry to be busting on your thing, but I tell you another movie that was really good, that really kind of just it made you tear up, was Up.
Yeah. Great movie. Great movie. Fantastic mention. The late, great Ed Asner. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic movie, dude. All I wanted to say to you right now after saying that is my name is Doug and I love you.
Squirrel!
Hi there. Man, that's good. That's good, man. With that, I have to fall back into number 4. Number 4 for me is do you remember A Bug's Life?
Oh, of course. That's another one, dude. That's on point.
I love that movie so much. It was such a fantastic movie.
Insectopia.
And then
yeah. I'm beautiful butterfly. Yeah.
Someday I'll be a beautiful butterfly. Everything will be better.
It's Mr. Ladybug to you.
He said, "What happened to Poo Poo Platter? Who ordered the Poo Poo Platter?"
Bro, why is it? Man, you know what's so funny though? Is he be so like he's funny? Sometimes you be laughing so hard, and you stop like you kind of lose your breath a little bit because you laughing so hard, and everybody, you're a smoker? I said, no, I'm just old and fat.
Well, number 5 is hard for me, dude, because I have 2 movies that, my whole life have continued to fluctuate as far as Disney goes.
Right.
The first one would be The Little Mermaid. I love that movie. It was so good. I have been a musical person my entire life, and I just loved the soundtrack to that movie. It was fantastic. And then after that, it splits, with Toy Story. The first Toy Story was just spectacular.
You got a friend in me.
Tom Hanks.
You got a friend in me.
It's our destiny, but you got a friend in me.
Friend in me. Buzz! Alien! Where? You're mocking me, right?
Look, an alien!
Oh, shoot.
Absolutely fantastic. So that would be my top 5 Disney. Like I said, 5 is hard because it flip flops between those 2 all the time. 1 through 4 is completely solid.
Oh yeah, I mean those are some great movies, though, man. It's just like there's some great movies. I tell you, what's funny though. It's funny though is that the song that popped in my head was "Can You Feel the Love?"
He said, "The peace the evening brings, hum away, the world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things, away."
And then Puma's like, "Can you feel the love inside?" And then Timon's like, "And man, you gotta maybe go home and watch those movies. You gotta maybe.
Timon goes, "And if he falls in love tonight, it can be assumed." And then we're going to shift to Pumbaa. "Is every day with us
it all
in short, our pal is doomed."
Man, I'm sorry. That's just so awesome. That movie there, man. That makes me happy, man. Every time, like whenever I film kind of this, man, I put it on there and I watch that movie, man. I just start cracking up. It's so good.
Because here's the thing, man. Here's the thing about The Lion King. Like, all but one scene in the entire movie. All but one scene in the entire movie was good. It was meaningful. It was educational, and not just sad. There was one there was one scene in the entire movie that was sad, and that was when Mufasa died. The rest of it was like, oh, hey, nobody has ever stopped to think about the fact that Simba, Disney literally related Simba to a phoenix. You know, went through a tragedy, died, was rebirthed from the ashes, came back, King of Pride Rock.
Remember,
you are my son, the one true king.
Remember.
No, don't leave me, Father. Don't leave me.
Remember. Hey,
that's a pretty good James Earl, man. I like that.
Mm-hmm. I saw a funny video on Facebook. It's called Corgi Dad, and dude has 2 corgi dogs, and he makes these videos. And one of the videos he did was crack me up, though. He did a video and had the dog there in the dog bed. So he said, all right. He starts shaking the bed, and all dogs put stuff in their dog bed. He starts shaking it all out, and he keeps on going and going and going. And after everything's empty, he's like, what? And then other corgi's like, remember. But yeah, man, it's thing about those movies, though. Those movies, not only were entertainment, like, it makes you feel human again. Like, even though you're older, you watch those movies, you get a piece of your childhood back, and not even realize it. I mean, sometimes I'll throw a movie on in there, man, and I watch it so I can just remember what it's like to be a kid again and crack up and giggle. Right? Eat some Cheetos and a little juicy fruit. I mean, something like that. I mean, sometimes there's nothing wrong with reliving the past a little bit, especially when it involves you like childhood memories. And sometimes that's what you need to do. Sometimes you need to just remember those childhood memories, and that way you don't forget what it's like to be a kid and stuff.
That's true. I mean,
this world has made it so hard hard and bitter that we forget what it's like to be a child, to be innocent and all that stuff. And sometimes nothing wrong with taking a trip back. I remember watching Finding Nemo one day, and like that's not a movie. Sometimes you can't give up on stuff. But also, too, you gotta also be able to let people go, let people grow.
Uh-oh.
Like when he said, like when, like when Marlon said, "You can't do that, Nemo." He said, he let him go. He said, "I can do it, Dad." And sometimes you gotta let people experience things, and you can't always protect somebody all the time. You gotta let them live life, because that's how they learn. That's how they build confidence in themselves. Sometimes the greatest lesson is just going out there and doing it. Like I learned that today. Sometimes you gotta take yourself out of comfort zone to get better. So now I learned a different style of photography, way out of my comfort zone, but I learned that you can't do things the same way with everything. You gotta adjust.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
No, you're right. That's very true.
I mean, you're a parent. You can't raise your son the same way you raise your dog. You can't raise your dog or somebody raise your son. You gotta adjust. I mean, sometimes you gotta do things differently with certain people or certain things.
Yeah, you're right. Again, a statement that is true with life in general. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to adjust your tactics. What worked for you once upon a time won't necessarily work for you this upon a time.
Right.
So, yeah, I get that, man. Like, I completely agree. I think that's pretty damn insightful. Honestly, if you really want to know the truth. But I think something else you have to do is just
once you learn how to adjust to things, and you become a better person.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes at the end of the day, all you have to remember. Yeah. Can you hear me? You there?
1 second, brother.
I think I lost you. You there?
Yeah, I tried to switch over to the Bluetooth thing, but it's acting crazy. But yeah, man, it's all about part of just life, just growing and doing different things. That's how you make yourself more a better person.
Yeah, you're right. But a better person according to who? What society tells you should be, or what you want to be?
It should be about what you want to be. You can't always live for society, because society is always going to fail you sometimes.
Then tell me why is it we're always chasing society?
Because we don't have no confidence in ourselves to be different.
No, it's because we're mindless pawns being led by the fact that if we don't live up to the status quo, we're not successful in life.
That is true. That is true.
So I'm gonna take us into our closing thoughts for the night. It has been damn good to talk to you again, brother. It has been
I'm glad this thing's working again.
I mean, I've got to throw it into closing thoughts, or we're going to talk for another hour. And we got to have a couple more sponsors to have a 2-hour plus podcast.
Got that right.
That's my joke. That's my joke for the night. So, yeah. So my closing thoughts for the night is simply this: you're never going to be perfect in life. Accept it. Live for nobody else except for yourself every day. And I do not mean that on a selfish type of level. I mean that on a self-preservation type of level. When you are down and when you are depressed, always run to Disney. Disney always makes us feel better.
Sure does.
Everybody, please tune out this upcoming weekend and watch the Super Bowl. It's going to be, honestly, the first good one we've had in a couple of years. And always remember that every time you fall short, it's just a chance for you to pick up and get closer than what you were the first time. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Remember. But yeah, like what Professor X was saying, you gotta be able to break out the norm. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta be able to find happiness in yourself. And the time, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're feeling down about something, that's the truth. Throw in some of those childhood memories of movies that made you happy, because that made you forget a lot of stuff. But also, too, it ain't the end of the world. Sometimes you got to put yourself in someone else's shoes to understand them. So
100, absolutely 100% correct. If you are not willing to walk a step in somebody else's shoes, do not crucify them for not seeing your point of view.
Exactly. Like the saying is, opinions like buttholes. Everybody has one.
Really good time to throw that in there. I mean, you're absolutely 100% right, but that's a good time to throw that in there.
Hey.
Your opinion may always not be the most popular, but just because it's your opinion and it's not popular doesn't mean that anybody else has the right to dissuade you from it.
Exactly.
Stay true to yourselves, and we will see you on the next episode. Good night.
Hold up. Yeah.